What happens when a beloved family pet suddenly becomes a nightmare? On February 16, 2009, in Stamford, Connecticut, a 200-pound chimpanzee named Travis, who had lived peacefully with his human family for 14 years, unleashed an attack so brutal that it would forever change how America views exotic pets. This is the shocking true story of Travis the chimp, and how a routine day turned into an unimaginable tragedy. Travis wasn't just any chimpanzee. Born at a sanctuary in Missouri in 1995, he was adopted by Sandra and Jerome Harold, a Connecticut couple who named him after country singer Travis Tritt. From the beginning, Travis wasn't treated like a wild animal. He was their child. The Harolds raised Travis in their Stamford home, where he became a local celebrity. This wasn't your typical pet story. Travis could dress himself, use a computer, and even drive a car. He drank wine at dinner, brushed his own teeth, and knew the ice cream truck schedule by heart. The community embraced him. Children would wave as he rode shotgun in the Herald's truck, and even local police officers adored this seemingly gentle giant. Travis starred in commercials for Pepsi and Old Navy, appeared on the Maury Povich Show, and even had his own television pilot in development. Neighbor Tony McCarry regularly wrestled with Travis, noting that the chimp was incredibly gentle and listened better than his own nephews. But there were warning signs. In 2003, Travis escaped from the car after someone threw an object at him, leading to an hours-long chase with police officers who had to use cookies and ice cream to lure him back. Though treated as a harmless incident at the time, it led to new regulations requiring permits for exotic pets in Connecticut, though the Heralds were grandfathered in due to their long ownership. By 2009, Jerome had died of cancer, leaving 70-year-old Sandra to run their towing business with help from her employee and close friend, Charla Nash. Charla had become like family, helping care for both Sandra and Travis. None of them could have predicted what was about to unfold. February 16, 2009 started like any other day. But around 3:40 p.m., everything changed. Travis had taken Sandra's car keys and wandered outside the house, not unusual behavior for the independent chimp. Sandra called Charla for help, knowing that Travis trusted her and would likely come inside if she asked. Charla arrived at the Harold home carrying one of Travis's favorite toys, a Tickle Me Elmo doll. She had done this countless times before. But the moment Travis saw her, something snapped. Without warning, the 200-pound chimpanzee launched himself at Charla with terrifying ferocity. His powerful jaws clamped down on her face and hands as she screamed in terror. Charla, a 55-year-old woman, was completely defenseless against the muscle-bound animal who had once been so gentle. Sandra watched in horror as her beloved Travis, the chimp she had raised from infancy, savagely attacked her closest friend. Desperate to save Charla, Sandra grabbed a shovel and began hitting Travis, but it had no effect. In desperation, she ran to the kitchen and grabbed a butcher knife, stabbing the animal she considered her son. Later, she would describe this moment. Yes, feeling like she was stabbing herself. But Travis didn't stop. The attack continued with relentless brutality. Sandra called 911, her voice breaking as she screamed into the phone. "He's killing my friend!" The operator could hear Travis's demonic screams in the background as the assault continued.
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend!
Who's killing your friend?
Chimp, my chimpanzee!
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
He ripped her apart! Hurry up!
With a gun.
Hurry up, please!
Paramedics arrived first, but couldn't approach. They had to wait for police backup. When the first police cruiser pulled up, Travis finally stopped. His attack on Charla. Blood-soaked but strangely calm, he walked toward the police car with curiosity rather than aggression. Travis approached the passenger side and tried to open the door. When that failed, he smashed the wing mirror with casual violence. Then he walked around to the driver's side. Officer Frank Chiafari watched through his window as the massive, blood-covered chimp reached for the door handle. The door opened. Officer Chiafari had no choice. At point-blank range, he fired several rounds into Travis's chest. The bullets knocked the chimp backward, but incredibly, Travis didn't die immediately. The wounded animal stumbled back toward the house, collapsing in, front of his cage where he had spent so many peaceful years. Charla Nash's injuries were beyond comprehension. Hospital staff who treated her required counseling afterward due to the severity of what they witnessed. She had lost her hands, nose, eyes, lips, and mid-face bone structure. Her brain had sustained significant trauma. Doctors managed to reattach her jaw, but her sight was gone forever. The attack left Charla's face so severely disfigured that she barely looked human. She became a candidate for experimental face and hand transplant surgeries, procedures that were still in their infancy. Courageously, Charla agreed to these risky operations. While the face transplant was initially successful, her transplanted hands had to be removed due to infection. The medical bills were astronomical. Charla's family established a trust fund to help cover costs, and she appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show to share her story. Despite everything she had endured, Charla became an advocate for exotic pet legislation, stating firmly that chimpanzees should never be kept as pets. Sandra Harold never recovered from the trauma, facing massive lawsuits and consumed by guilt. Over the attack on her closest friend, her health rapidly deteriorated. Just over a year later, Sandra died from an aortic aneurysm. She was buried alongside Travis's cremated remains, a final gesture showing that, despite everything, she still loved the chimp who had destroyed so many lives. The incident sent shockwaves across America. Media coverage was intense, with many questioning how such a tragedy could have occurred. The attack sparked national debates about exotic pet ownership and the inherent dangers of keeping wild animals as companions. The Travis incident became a catalyst for legislative change across multiple states. Connecticut strengthened its exotic pet laws, and several other states followed suit with stricter regulations or outright bans on keeping primates as pets. Animal. Behaviorists and veterinarians used Travis's case to educate the public about the fundamental differences between domesticated animals and wild species. Even chimps raised from infancy retain their wild instincts and unpredictable nature. Organizations like the Humane Society and PETA intensified their campaigns against private ownership of exotic animals, using Travis's story as a powerful example of why these animals belong in sanctuaries or their natural habitats, not suburban homes. The mystery of what triggered Travis's attack may never be fully solved. An autopsy revealed Xanax in his system. Sandra had given him the anti-anxiety medication in tea earlier that day, hoping to calm him down. But Xanax can sometimes cause paradoxical reactions in primates, including aggression and hallucinations. Charla had also changed her hairstyle, possibly making her unrecognizable to Travis. But perhaps the most important lesson is simpler and more sobering. Travis was never truly domesticated. Despite 14 years of human love and care, despite his ability to use tools and follow commands, he remained fundamentally wild. The gentle, lovable chimp, who starred in commercials and charmed a community, was always capable of reverting to his primal nature. The Travis tragedy reminds us that some boundaries should never be crossed. Wild animals, no matter how well-trained or beloved, carry within them an unpredictability that no amount of human affection can eliminate. The price of forgetting this lesson can be devastating, as Charla Nash and Sandra Harold learned in the most heartbreaking way possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video